එම මිල සූත්‍රය. MRP සමානයි V1 එකතු කිරීම V2 එකතු කිරීම V3 එකතු කිරීම V4.
Citing continuous losses incurred by the Ceylon Petroleum Corporation, the Ministry of Finance introduced a fuel pricing formula according to which fuel prices are revised on the 10th of each month. Since the government made the introduction, fuel prices have been revised on 5 occasions to date. Despite calls from various quarters to reveal the fuel pricing formula, the government did not comply until today. According to the formula created by a technical committee, the maximum retail price of auto fuels constitutes the total of landed cost, processing cost, administrative cost and taxation. The landed cost includes Singapore Platts price per barrel, weighted average premium per barrel, loss due to the evaporation and exchange rates applied. The processing cost is inclusive of local port charges, transport cost, dealers' margin including losses due to evaporation to dealers and stock holding cost. The administrative expenses including personnel cost, depreciation and other cost elements, if any, are included in the administrative cost. Finally, taxation is inclusive of customs import duty, excise duty, ports and airports development levy and nation building tax. The Ministry of Finance also notes that according to the above pricing formula, Singapore Platts per barrel and exchange rate are two uncontrollable variables and other components are either controllable variables or fixed components.
The tax in Sri Lanka is lower comparative to the region. You too can calculate the fuel price on the 10th and let us know. I request you to do this as a hobby. There was a recent trend in decreasing fuel prices. But we can't be so sure because it all depends on what the head of America does. Therefore, let's hope for a continued decrease in fuel prices so we can pass that on at least next month. Although this says V1, it includes a lot of factors to be considered. Doing this monthly is no easy task.
Do you keep the tax as a percentage constant or do you change it on a monthly basis?
It all depends on the final price, right? So if there are big volatilities, we have to take out a certain portion of the tax. If the fluctuations are huge, we may time to time adjust by a duty waiver.
What's the percentage on the petrol now? Like 19% for diesel?
Yes.
Yeah, on petrol, India is 43% of the MRP taxes, Pakistan is 38%, Sri Lanka is 34%, Singapore is 11%, and the United Kingdom is 61%.
We didn't revise the price of diesel last month because that's adjusted by the tax.
It's a sensitive government to the needs of our people.
Has the pressure on the rupee eased after the measures you have taken?
I think so, and then in the last few days it has been fairly stable.
I think once it appreciated and there was a depreciation, but the depreciation that we witnessed somewhere in September 25th, 26th, high volatility is not appearing now.
In the meantime, experts expressed their views on the fuel pricing formula.
Despite the decline in crude oil prices from its historic highs seen in 2014, which saw even oil go up to $140 a barrel, the main driving factor for this cost increase has been the rupee depreciation. The rupee has depreciated about 30% since 2014, and that is translated into the cost of the oil barrel. Now, apart from those costs, you find also other ancillary costs, namely transport costs, the dealer margin and stock holding costs, which is about 40% of the total cost of production. As we've seen in the past, the burden of the cost rise has been now passed on to the consumer, whereas in 2014 the government absorbed the cost and shielded the consumer from any price volatility. Sri Lanka also missed out on two golden opportunities when crude oil prices declined to about $37 a barrel. The simple reason was that they didn't adopt a prudent risk management policy to capture the low prices when the markets corrected. They could have entered into longer term contracts, or they could have entered into a strategic hedge which could have resulted in safeguarding the consumer from this price volatility?
There is one item missing in the pricing formula. I don't know why it is missing. Probably the CPC, instead of CIF for FOB, I think they use the oil import terms DES. That is very cheap. It is surprising what it means, that depreciation. So that new depreciation term comes the first time into the fuel formula. The capital depreciation of capital items, then it's going to be a huge amount. And if it is a depreciation of, I don't know, the oil cannot depreciate, oil prices or whatever oil, it always appreciates. Stock holding cost is separately there, so there can't be any other depreciation in respect of oil. So depreciation is a questionable item. Other thing is the evaporation amount is not specifically mentioned what type of evaporation is there. And port and levy, whether the dolphin pier charges still charge or not. So there are some the questionable items. So the actual pricing formula cannot be analyzed